Hello everybody, Spectrus here. Now, before we get into anything, I want to clear some things up in the comment section that a lot of you seem to be confused on. I am Spectrus, or aka Lord Glacier, not Lytro Storm. There are two different people moving forward. Now, we will be continuing What If Baba Raised Goku. This is part 6, so if you haven't watched the first 5 parts, they will be linked in the description and comment section. But if you have seen them, I'll instead give you a short recap of the last part. After the Frieza arc, Goku died of the heart virus, and the androids killed most of the Z Fighters. Spike the Dough-Man, as well as Gohan, trained Vegeta's son, Trunks. Spike later died to the androids, and 3 years later, the much stronger Trunks went back to the past. He warned Goku of the androids and heart virus, leading to them eventually fighting Cell. After becoming perfect, he forced the Z Fighters to train in the time chamber. Everyone was much stronger, but Goku sacrificed himself on King Kai's planet. Cell had actually survived though, killing Vegeta upon his return. Future Trunks, seeing this, would go Super Saiyan 2 and kill Cell easily. Afterward, Trunks went back home and Goku stayed in Otherworld. And with that, we can now begin today's installment. But before we do that, I'd like to give a quick reminder to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. I'm not doing it again, Lytro. Play my music! So, following his death, Goku would go to the Otherworld. King Kai would tell him that there was a disturbance in Hell, and that he should go check it out. Goku would do so, finding the Ginyu Force, Frieza, and Cell. And yes, before anyone gets mad, we know this is filler material. However, Dragon Ball Super has alluded to multiple filler events happening, such as references to Marin from the Garlic Jr. saga, and Ox King's castle burning down. This isn't even mentioning how Gregory exists in Super, so while we're not necessarily saying that filler is canon, we are still allowed to use it if we choose to. With that out of the way, Goku would now face against his past opponents, beating the Ginyu Force in his base form. Cell decides to go up next, flying at Goku before he can transform. However, that's when a purple blast hit Cell, launching him away. Both Goku and Frieza were shocked by this, so Goku took the opportunity to instant transmission behind Frieza and kick him, knocking him out. He then looked up at where the blast had come from, seeing none other than Raditz. Goku is surprised to see his brother, but recalls how Spike told him that they had been training together, in Hell. Raditz tells Goku that he's not the same person he was when he attacked Earth. Goku is a bit hesitant to believe him, but the two spend some time together and bond here. It is learned that once Raditz had officially turned good, that he became a guard for Hell. He was eventually just on break when the riot happened. As Raditz was about to leave King Kai's place, he told Goku of the upcoming Otherworld tournament. Of course, our main character became excited by this and decided to make things a little bit more interesting. Before Raditz flies off, Goku decides to make a little offer to his brother. He tells him that if he wins, he'll get someone to resurrect him with the Dragon Balls. Raditz would smile at this and say that he has a deal, before then leaving. From there, the events of the Otherworld tournament would play out mostly the same, with Raditz replacing Piccolo in all of his matches. A note to be made about Buu, though, is that he says he's the strongest human. However, Goku would say that he knows a guy who could probably beat him. This would, of course, be alluding to Yamcha. By the end of the tournament, the final match would, of course, be Goku versus Raditz. And this is where the effects of Raditz training in the Otherworld would really show. The two would start to show off their base forms, with Raditz having a bit of an edge. They would then amp up with Goku surprised that he already knows Grade 4. Raditz would once again be winning, but Goku's superior skills and willingness to play dirty would even the things out a little bit. However, once it comes down to it, Raditz would inevitably beat his little brother. I mean, the guys had over half a decade to train, and so it would only make sense. Though I guess that also makes him physically younger than Goku. Anyway, the Saiyan would step off of the ring to pick up his brother, and Goku would assure him that he would uphold his promise. Over the course of the 7-year time skip, Goku and Raditz would train together, leading to them being much stronger than canon Buu Saga Goku. This also means that they unlock Super Saiyan 2 and 3, though Raditz would have more of a handle on it than Goku. Back on Earth, during this large gap in time, Goten is born and eventually goes on to train occasionally with the Monster Squad rather than Chi-Chi. Speaking of, Spike and Piccolo would be the only two mainly focusing on their training. This doesn't mean that the other members of the squad aren't training, they've just decided to slow down a bit. As for the humans, Yamcha is focusing on his training with Tenshinhan and Chaozu. Krillin, on the other hand, has slowed down to focus on his family with 18. Gohan is mainly focusing on school while also still practicing his magic with Baba. Because of this, he never becomes the Great Saiyaman. Instead, he stops crime by using magic from the sidelines. This leads to him not having to be a public hero, although Videl would catch him slipping up one time, leading to their friendship like in canon. One other thing to note is that the Invisible Man, fangs, and bandages would help out around this to make up for Gohan not doing that much. Vegeta is also just doing his normal training like in canon. Android 16 survived the Cell arc, so he would be on 17's island with him. With everyone now covered, we can now move on to the Buu saga. Goku and Raditz would be announced to return for the upcoming tournament, leading to Bulma getting the Dragon Balls and wishing Raditz back to life. Goku would also come back via Baba. They would enter the tournament and not much would change there since it would interrupt Yamu and Spopovich. And not much would change there since it would be interrupted by Yamu and Spopovich. This would lead to Shin and Kibito leading along with Goku, Raditz, Vegeta, Piccolo, the Monster Squad, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, and Krillin. Upon their arrival to Babidi's lair, Daburo would kill Kibito and spit on two people. The two he would be aiming for would be Piccolo and Krillin, though Spike would get in the way of Piccolo. Both he and Krillin are turned to stone, leading to the rest of the Monster Squad flying them to the lookout. Vegeta, Goku, and Raditz then easily beat Babidi's goons, leading to him turning Vegeta Majin. Once Vegeta turns, everyone also gets worried about Raditz being next, but Goku assures them that he's not the same person he was before. Babidi teleports them to the tournament and then to the wasteland. Everyone else would go after Babidi while Goku and Raditz stay behind to fight Vegeta. Of course, the much stronger Goku would be enough to handle Vegeta, but Raditz wanted to make sure things went their way. Goku would be winning the fight, and this would make Vegeta more furious, but ultimately there's nothing he can really do about it. Goku reminds his rival of what he has here on Earth, and that he shouldn't just throw it all away. Vegeta would reject this, but over time his hatred would basically burn out. It's kind of like a huge emotion that Vegeta had to get out of his system. So, now that there's nothing he can do, he just submits and agrees to stop. Going back to Babidi, he manages to resurrect Buu, who now has to fight Piccolo, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, and Shin. He does so easily though, deciding to eat both Earthlings before blasting Shin and Piccolo. Majin Buu then leaves to go fight the Saiyans, and Vegeta chooses to step up first. Although he would do much better than in canon, he ultimately does fail. This leads to Buu turning him into candy and eating him. Goku and Raditz know that they should probably have a failsafe for if they lose, and so Raditz leaves to go get the Dragon Balls. They still had 2 more wishes left, so they could still be useful. This leaves Goku to fight Majin Buu, going through the Super Saiyan forms until he reaches Super Saiyan 3. Here, he would beat Buu even worse, but ultimately chooses to spare him, as he wanted a new generation to win. He instant transmissions off as Buu kills Babidi. Goku reappears on the lookout where everyone else is. They summon Shenron and bring back everyone who died, leading to Kibito healing Shin. The Supreme Kai then takes Piccolo back to his planet, where he begins training him with the Z-Sword. During this time, Goku and Raditz would be teaching Goten and Trunks fusion, so it would be a faster process than in canon, since Piccolo barely knew the technique. Goku would eventually have to go back to the Otherworld, and so he would go to Supreme Kai's planet. Raditz trains Goten and Trunks, leading to them becoming Gotenks. However, they wouldn't go after Buu straight away since Raditz would be able to stop them. Instead, they continue their training in the Time Chamber. Meanwhile, Majin Buu befriends Mr. Satan, and when he gets shot, he splits into Good and Evil Buu. Evil Buu then eats Good Buu and becomes Super Buu. This Buu would be more impatient, and so he would head to the lookout immediately. However, Raditz wouldn't allow him to kill everyone on Earth. Instead, he would stall for time by fighting. He powers up through his Super Saiyan forms until he's at Super Saiyan 3. With this form, he would be able to put up a good enough fight against Buu, but he wouldn't be enough to win. Super Buu would respect his power though, and this would lead to him absorbing Super Saiyan 3 Raditz. He would then use Raditz's knowledge of the time chamber going inside. He finds Goten and Trunks, who then fuse and become Gotenks. They power up through the Super Saiyan forms until, yeah, you get the point by now, Super Saiyan 3. Gotenks would be stronger than in canon, but so is Super Buu. This also gives us the near equal matchup we saw in the original version. However, Raditz Super Saiyan 3 power would run out, leading to Buu not being that much stronger. Gotenks sees this as a perfect opportunity to kill him. However, his Super Saiyan 3 also runs out. This leaves no one strong enough to defend Earth. But that's when someone new arrives. It was Piccolo. Now with his potential unlocked, he would begin to overpower Buu in every way. But unlike Ultimate Gohan, he would make sure to finish him. The group would then go to Namek, where they would use the Dragon Balls to bring everyone back once again. And that basically ends the Buu saga. So, what did you guys think of Raditz's return? We know it was highly anticipated, so we hope you liked it, and will continue to watch the series past this point. If you did like it, then please be sure to subscribe to see the series when it continues. That being said, I'm gonna get out of here. And remember, please remember, I'm a person. I'm not Litro. Goodbye.